Hi, welcome to this sneak preview of the new CI and CD capabilities of OpenShift.io. If you haven't already signed up for the preview of OpenShift.io, head over to the website and click the big red button. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and log in here. Once logged in, I'm taken to my OpenShift.io homepage. You can see here on the left hand side we have a recent space. This is somewhere where I can build and deploy and code and analyze new projects. Here we can see there's not much going on, so we can add to our space. We can plan out and create new projects from scratch, or we can actually use a new project wizard. This will build us an application. The project wizard has options of different technology stacks. Today we have Vertex, Spring Boot and Wildfly Swarm as well. This project wizard is going to gives us options to select one of these technology stacks, and it will generate this new project for us. Let's give us a unique name, and the wizard is going to validate that this project doesn't already exist. Now we have integration with GitHub, so this will create us a new project, create us the repository in GitHub. It will also create us the Jenkins job that will be used to build and deploy our application. The next step of the project wizard is to select a pipeline. We have out-of-the-box pipelines which are provided by Jenkins pipelines. We have the selection here, and because OpenShift.io has environments, we can pick a pipeline that builds and stages the application, waits for approval before promoting to a runtime environment. Let's finish this off here after selecting that pipeline. And the project is now being built and created in GitHub, and the job added to Jenkins. You can see this has been successful, so we can check that the project was created in GitHub. There we go, James R Demo 1. Project was created 18 seconds ago. So this is our Vertex application that we have. And we can see we have some extensive documentation with the link from the README on how best to build and run this application as well. Back to OpenShift.io, we get a nice notification that our project has been generated. And we can now see that we have a pipeline that is running. This project is now being built by a Jenkins pipeline. Under the hood, Jenkins is going to use the capabilities of OpenShift to create a build pod that will be used to build our application. Here for the traditional view of Jenkins, we can see we're using the GitHub organization plugin, which has recognized that we have a new James R Demo project in GitHub, and it is automatically created our Jenkins job. And this is on the branch master, which is now being built. This is building our CD pipeline. You can see as the build is going through there, we're actually using the OpenShift S2I strategy. This will build our jar file, and it will stream it to OpenShift for it to build the image. Going back to OpenShift.io, in our pipeline view, we can see our image has been built, our release has been built, and we're now in an integration testing phase. Our quick starts come with automated integration tests out of the box. We can take some good guesses about what people want to test on their integration test, such as once the application is started, that it stays running for an amount of time. So we have, when our projects are generated for the project wizard, we get these integration tests out of the box. So the pipeline is now deployed the application into a test environment, and run the integration tests. Our pod was started successfully, which means it was now automatically deployed into the stage environment and a request for an approval. Now, during the build phase, we actually have our analysis, and these are the report. This gives us view of vulnerabilities and recommendations of any dependency upgrades that we may need. We have a link to our staging environment from the pipeline, and here we can see our Vertex application, which is running in our staged environment. That looks good, so we go ahead and we approve this release, and this is promoted to our run environment. Now, another tab here is our Applications tab. This gives us a nice view of our applications across our environments. Over time, we will be building up many applications, so having that view that you can see your versions and be able to make some quick interactions with that application in the different environments is incredibly useful. Here we can see what our one pod is running, our one application is running in the stage environment, and in the run environment, our pod is starting up. Here we go, we have green, that means our application is ready. So we can see now in our run URL, our application is running. However, this is only one part of the story. This is the continuous delivery part of the story. But when in any real-world example of any real-world project, we typically have collaboration, multiple people working on projects. So I've got a second browser here, which is logged in as the Fabricate CD bot, which means I can actually fork that project that we've just created in GitHub, make a change, and create a pull request. This should trigger our CI pipeline. Anything that is a pull request is our CI. Any merges into master is our CD pipeline. Okay, so just using the GitHub editor, we can make a quick change, replacing the word world with a very creative different name of demo. We just want to make some simple change so that it's reflected in our application when it's built and deployed. So now we can create a pull request. And because the project wizard has set up all the webhooks, our Jenkins instance will recognize that we've had a new PR being created, and it will automatically create a CI job. From the link from GitHub, we can head over to Jenkins, and because I've previously logged in, it takes me straight to the Jenkins Blue Ocean dashboard. This will go ahead and build a unit test. It will build a snapshot version. But not only will it run our unit test, it will actually build us a snapshot image, ensuring that we can generate an application. So we run our unit tests. We run our S2I build. And we push it to that snapshot image to a repository. So we know in our CI pipeline that our change hasn't broken the actual build of this application. Now the next stage is our integration testing. We can now deploy our snapshot build into our test environment and run our integration tests. So on our pull request, we now know that our application can build its unit test pass, it can deploy, start up, and stay running for an amount of time. This is very useful information before we actually merge any changes into our master branch, because once changes are merged into master, that is a potential release. We want to keep our master branch golden. So here we can see our pipeline view. These are the differences. On the top is our CD pipeline that we ran before, and on the bottom here is our CI pipeline. Everything passed. We can go back to GitHub. We're happy with this. Our change can now be merged. Which will in turn now trigger our CD pipeline that will build our new release and run our various stages again. For the purposes of the demo, this is sped up nice and quickly. Building the release, running the integration tests again. We also now have our stack reports. We can check that there are no issues with dependencies or any vulnerabilities being introduced. And we now have version 102 that has been deployed into our stage environment. Let's go ahead and check the application, and we can see our text has changed from wheel to demo. So for more information, sign up for the preview and head over to OpenShift.io. Thank you.